Hi, and welcome to Phase 1, Video 2. We're going to give you some more email list building techniques and help you attract literally thousands of avid readers to your list so you can launch your book to the stratosphere. In this lesson, we're going to cover influencer outreach, contests, events, list swaps, and a little bit about Facebook groups. So let's jump right in. You may or may not be familiar with the term influencer outreach. This is a concept that I want you to get started with early and continue in one form or another on a regular basis throughout your self-publishing career. No matter what genre you write in, or whether you write fiction or nonfiction, there are successful authors writing in those spaces. The fact that these authors are successful presupposes that they have an email list of moderate to immense proportions, full of readers who are interested in reading the kind of material you write. Your goal is, in some form or fashion, to be allowed to access those lists. We're going to try and do that by developing at least a passing relationship with as many of these influencers as possible. This is not as hard as it might sound. I urge you not to put this off or shy away from it. It could mean the difference between a successful self-publishing career and wallowing in obscurity. The first thing to do is to make a list. You're going to do some in-depth research in your niche and come up with a minimum of 50, better if it's more like 100, of the most successful and influential people in your niche. And of course, when I say make a list, I mean put together an in-depth spreadsheet of the most successful people in your niche. Most every successful author will have some kind of web presence or another. I don't know one successful author that doesn't have a website of some kind. You can go all out and make a complete niche research project out of it, or at the very least, you'll need to find the website or blog and an email contact address or Facebook page for each influencer you want to reach out to. These are the 2 pages I put together for my minimalism simple living niche a while back. As you can see, I've got the site name URL there on the left, the email or other contact source, a contact name, of course. And now I was looking at selling some information products and some different things other than just books. So I went a little farther into this than maybe you might for a simple book. I had target market, I had advertisers, whether they advertise or not, on their site, and it's all listed out by Alexa ranking. This is the second page of the same Excel spreadsheet. And as you can see there, I've got the site name again on the left, what type of products that they're selling on the sites. And as you can see there, Tiny Buddha there in the middle. This is Lori Deschênes' great blog that she writes, and you can see there she's got several books listed out, and over on the right in the notes, you can see that she's actually selling those direct off of her site. She doesn't have those listed on Amazon, which is a concept that we can talk about later. But again, this is just a quick example of the type of niche research that you might want to do. Now, again, with this niche, I was looking at putting together a video course as well. So I went perhaps a little further into products and the Alexa ranking and things like that than you would maybe have to if you're simply launching a vampire novel or something. But you get the idea. The next thing to do is pick out your top 10 or 15 influencers and take some time and get on their websites and blogs or Facebook pages and just nose around a little and get a feel for who these people are. What are they writing about? How do they connect with their fans? If they have a blog, do they accept guest blog posts? Do they have a podcast? If so, do they interview other authors on it? Just get a general feel for how they do what they do. If they have a blog, go ahead and leave a comment or two on one or more of the articles. Be relevant, be interesting, and helpful. In my opinion, this is not the place to be too controversial. By the way, we'll come back to this whole leave a comment thing here in a little while. Now, what you're going to do is take 2 to 5 of the most appropriate influencers and reach out to them. The goal being to persuade them to allow you one or more of the following. A, direct access to their list, and we'll have more on this in a minute. B, to produce a guest blog post for them. Or C, to be interviewed on their podcast. Most authors who have a blog and or a podcast are on the constant lookout for good fresh material, so this is usually not a very difficult proposition. The problem is that it's very hard to try and schedule something like that around your book launch. They may be happy to have you on their podcast, but be booked out 3 months in advance, or be overjoyed to have you submit a guest blog post, only to sit on it for 6 months while they finish a series they've already begun. It's for this reason that I urge you to start early and look at this as a continuous part of your author workload. Definitely look at this as a long game concept. One thing you might, and I stress might, be able to do is, if you've gotten to know a certain influencer a little bit, ask them if their list would be interested in your book. If it's a great book and you have a good relationship built, there's a chance that they could simply join the launch sequence and email their list with the book details. This would be considered a home run, and if you can get one or two of your top influencers to do this for you, you've absolutely killed it with your launch. Here's a sample email that you can take and modify however you want. Keep in mind that you may not want to ask for everything at once. In other words, if they have both a blog and a podcast, ask about one or the other, but not both in your first correspondence. So I'll put a copy of this below the video again, and so you can take it and copy it and use it however you want. Send this email out and then wait a few days to a week, and if you haven't heard anything back from them, go ahead and send another quick email follow-up. Say, hey, just checking back to see if you had a chance to read my email from date, and here it is just in case. Then let it alone. Do not hound these people if you don't hear from them. Most successful authors, like most successful people, usually get hundreds of emails a day and likely have multiple projects going on at once. The fact that they may not have gotten back to you is no reflection on you. They're probably just busy, and your email just hasn't percolated to the top of their list yet. If you don't hear back, keep a log of when you contacted them, what the outcome was, and then wait, say, 3 to 6 months and attempt to contact them again. Again, this is a concept that you want to get into the habit of doing on a regular basis, and over a period of time, it will pay off huge for you if you keep at it. All right, so let's move on. Another very good way of attracting a large amount of targeted email subscribers is with contests. This is a concept where you offer something of relevance and of value to your target reader in the form of a contest. What you do is run these contests for about 3 weeks or so and gather as many email subscribers as you can. Then, when the contest is over, you have a drawing and give away your prize to one lucky person. What you're left with, in most cases, is several thousand good solid targeted email addresses. Here's how it works. There are quite a few contest platforms available online. The one I use and have had good luck with is called King Sumo. Now, it'll cost you a little bit of money to get started, but in my opinion, it's a great investment. Just so you know, I don't have any affiliation with King Sumo. It's just a really good tool that I'm recommending to you. I think right now it's priced at just under $200, and that's a one-time fee and gives you lifetime access. The tool is designed as a plugin to your existing WordPress website. One of the reasons it works so well is that it has a sharing feature built into it that allows each contestant to get multiple additional entries for every new contestant that they refer. I'll show you how this works in a minute. This feature provides your contest something of a viral nature. You'll need to weed out some of the chaff and freebie seekers when you're done, but still, you'll be able to come away with a pretty good number of interested readers that you can then build a relationship with and turn into avid fans. I won't go into the details of purchasing and installing the plugin. You'll need a WordPress site, of course. If you don't have one, it's free and Mudfence simple to get up and running. Once you have your site up and running, simply purchase the plugin, and there's the URL for you, and I'll put this below the video as well, and follow the simple instructions for installing the plugin to your WordPress site. Now, what you'll need to do is decide on a decently valuable and relevant prize to give away. It needs to be something that resonates with your target reader. I've had good luck with giving away Kindle e-readers, plus some kind of information relevant to my niche. Here's a look at one of my contest pages. This is a look at the contest I was running for my Simplicity Minimalism niche, and I was giving away a free decluttering course. So I have them winning a free Kindle Paperwhite and a free decluttering course. And I got multiple thousands of email subscribers off of this contest. If you write fiction, you could give away a Kindle and then some sort of digital giveaway like a short story related to your genre, or a character study of one of your lead characters, or a free book bundle. I don't know, just use your imagination and, make it fun and relevant. Each contest you run will produce different results, and you will have to promote them a bit to get them to take off and develop some virality. But one good place to promote your contest is Sweepstakes Advantage. And again, I'll put a link to this also underneath the video. Again, use your imagination and creativity. Post it on Twitter, send it to Snapchat, mention it in your LinkedIn connections. Whatever you can do to get the word out. So here's a look at a few contests that I did a while back. This is my WordPress dashboard for the King Sumo giveaways. And as you can see in the middle there, my Windows-free Kindle Paperwhite 3G contest got 16,377 contestants. Now, that wasn't quite as good as it looks because I had to get rid of about, more than half of those. There was some kind of viral automated bot thing that happened where a lot of those email addresses weren't any good. But still, I was able to salvage probably 3,500 good solid email addresses out of that contest. And then, of course, you see the one up above was 4,533, and the one below that was 1,718. And now you won't get all of those as good solid targeted emails on your list because you have to kind of weed out the chaff a little bit. But it's real possible to get 1,500 to 3,000 good solid email addresses. So King Sumo has a feature that allows you to randomly pick the winner, and it'll also provide you with a downloadable CSV file of all of the contestants and their email addresses. So after the contest is ended and you have given away your prize, email the remainder subscribers and let them know, nicely, that they didn't win, but you've got something great for them still. So put a link in the email to one of your reader magnets. And then you want to send this email out multiple times to the unopens to make sure that everybody who's interested at least opens the email. The people who take your reader magnet are good, viable, potentially engaged subscribers. The people who don't open the email or click on the link get flushed away. Trust me, you don't want those people on your list anyway. This list building strategy has the potential to put anywhere from several hundred or several thousand good solid email subscribers on your list every few weeks. It'll cost a little bit of money, but it's direct and efficient and it works really good. Another interesting way to attract a good amount of subscribers to your list is with a book event. To be honest, I have not participated in one of these, but I know several people who have and had great luck with them. The concept is pretty simple. You reach out to some of the influencers in your niche that are at the same level or slightly higher than you. In other words, if you've got a list of 3,000 subscribers, you would try to find other authors with up to, say, 5,000 subscribers on their list. You get as many authors as you can to participate. A friend of mine just did one of these with over 100 authors. Then put together a book of short stories, or each author supplies a chapter on a certain subject. Again, use your imagination and creativity. And once the book is done, you put together a squeeze page and give the book away for free. The reader, of course, has to give you their email address to get it. Each of the participating authors then promotes the free book to their list. That, plus some additional social sharing and promotion, can create a very respectable list of subscribers. Each participating author gets access to this list and performs a triage on it similar to the one we did after the contest above. Another thing you can try is a simple list swap. Reach out to another author whom you have identified as having a similar size list in your genre. Do this by getting on forums and Facebook groups and being helpful and friendly and simply asking. Then, each author sends a broadcast email to their list about the other's book launch or flash sale or whatever it is. If you line up multiple list swaps like this, it can be extremely effective. You'll be surprised at how willing most people are to be mutually beneficial to each other. One last note on list building is the possibility of doing Facebook advertising and offering a reader magnet of some kind. This can be very effective, but it also has the potential of vacuuming out your wallet like a whirlwind. I've been shocked and amazed at how fast you can spend hundreds of dollars in the blink of an eye and not get any ROI back from it. Facebook advertising is not for the faint of heart or the beginner. My partners and I are putting together a tutorial specifically on Facebook advertising, and we'll let you know when it's available. So that's it. What you need to do is take about 6 to 8 weeks and using the techniques I've shown you, build up a list of, say, 3,000 to 5,000 subscribers, add them to the list you already have, if you have one, and when you're there, we'll pull the trigger on the pre-sale campaign that will lead up to your epic book launch. So good luck, and I'll see you over in Phase 2.